Okay folks, here we are, Tim Tunnicliffe on the Great Rugger Run, end of day 3. And I'm here at the wonderful Helensburgh RFC. And I'm told by the lovely people here that the weather is pretty much always like this in Helensburgh. It's been 22 miles today from Inveruglas up over the hill and then down the side of Loch Long all the way down here to Helensburgh, and it's been a lovely trot, really nice. Shame no rugby clubs yesterday, but it feels like we're properly starting now on the Great Rugger Run 2022 with this, the first arrival and visit at an actual rugby club. And I'm here with this man, Chris.
Hello, welcome Tim, and welcome to Helensburgh Rugby Club.
Thank you. What's your full name and what do you do here?
Chris Bill, I'm actually the club secretary, but I also look after the grounds at the moment.
Yeah, okay. And talking about the grounds, what have we got behind us here?
So we've got the main stand, opened by Princess Anne in 2011, through the work of Tom Inglis, who was club president for many years and heavily involved with Scottish rugby. And he was the sort of driving force between getting this alongside our first team pitch, which you can see is ready for the season as we start our league battle with the other West of Scotland clubs. And we've got the rest of the grounds, 2 more pitches in the club, and then over the burn there's 3 more school pitches for Lomond School, because we have joint youth teams, under 18s down to senior 1, and our minis are primary school kids, boys and girls, who play on the other pitches as well.
Yeah, the facilities here are just beautiful. These pitches are absolutely gorgeous. So congratulations on your secondary role as groundsman. And yeah, so we're just going to try and focus in here if I can. So yeah, we can see a little bit there about the name of the stand and the plaque that says Princess Royal on it. So tell me about these fences, Chris. What are these all about?
Oh, the shutters are just there to protect the stand. We had them fitted at the beginning, and we just lift them off every time there's a home game. And the stand's normally full with spectators along either side of the pitch as well, because we've got quite a lot of support here. And the visiting supporters, you'd be surprised how travelling across the west of Scotland, and we play teams from Wigtonshire down in the south all the way up to Oban and Loch Arbor and Fort William, and they come bring their supporters.
Mob-handed and bring them down.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So what we'll do, we'll take a walk now, and you can tell me about the day when the stand was opened and Princess Royal was here.
So with Princess Anne was here, effectively she did the formal opening, and there were a bunch of the local dignitaries and such like. It was before my time. Really involved with the club, because my son's played up through the years, but it was great to have her here, and to have her as the patron of Scottish rugby, who's been really supportive of rugby throughout, and obviously you'll have seen her at Murrayfield many a time. And since then we've managed to extend the club. We've managed to move our field machinery and everything out into these sheds which are built, and all the other stores. So we've got our tackle pads and our post protectors in there as well.
Yeah, just look at the size of this building. It's phenomenal, like such a great facility.
So, and then you've got the roadside pitch, which our under 18s would have been playing on. They play the other West of Scotland schools, and they always play on a Saturday morning, which is different. A lot of club rugby's played on Sunday, so our minis, our primary school kids, play on Sunday. So it means we can juggle things and get it all done.
Yeah. And how are you doing generally here as a club? Like, do you feel like you're functioning well?
Well, so you're visiting Loch Lomond tomorrow?
Yes.
So Loch Lomond Rugby Club are our neighbours.
And dear friends?
They are, yeah. I mean, there's always been a friendly rivalry when we've played each other in the past. At the moment, our first team, we've combined forces, so we're getting some of their players who tend to be a bit older and wiser, and some of our young guys together, so that we're fielding a good, strong team. We were up in Loch Arbor last week at Fort William, and came back with a 3-try second-half victory to win by 1 point, which was a fantastic start to the season. And we're looking forward to our home games here as well with our Loch Lomond buddies.
Fantastic. Before we go on off and meet somebody else, is there anything else you want to add or say about the club, or anything at all?
It's strange, we're a cricket and rugby club, but we enjoy both. You've not seen the cricket side of things, but certainly the tie-up with a school that's been running for over 10 years has really helped us. That's why we've got so many young players coming up through, because they've enjoyed playing rugby here, and the development that you get playing through senior school is great to then join the senior team.
Yeah,
So,
sounds all good. Okay, thank you very much. We're going to go off and meet a man who's wrestling with a barrel at the moment. It's Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, what's your full name? And
John Cashmore.
John Cashmore. Good to see you, John. Now, let's just spin round here, shall we, so that the people can see what we've got behind us. This area is something else. There's a gazebo, there's benches, and it's just lovely, enclosed with shipping containers. Tell me, what's going on here?
Well, during COVID, this was our beer garden, and we had the marquee, we had the fire pits, we had lights, we had music, and of course we were socially distancing perfectly.
Yeah.
But this was for our members to just come and have a safe place to interact with the rest of the guys, have a few pints, and it allowed our bar revenue to keep ticking over. And in fact, it became a real sort of central area for everybody. I mean, people actually stopped going to even when they were allowed in the lounge, they were still coming out here, weather permitting. So we're in the process of redeveloping it just now. All these containers will head off. We're going to get an outdoor gin bar and barbecue shack installed.
Wonderful.
With some glass, sort of balustrading and so on for it to keep us off the wind and rain. But apart from that, it was a bit of a saviour for us.
Yeah, and I understand you got a few social members off the back of it as well.
Our social, I mean, people were just walking by and they were sort of popping in saying, what's going on here? And we were saying, well, it's a beer garden and can we join? Of course you can. So our social membership went up probably by about 50%, which was great. When you're struggling, over the last few years we've sort of struggled for numbers in terms of rugby, and when you are struggling, the first thing that goes is the bar revenue, and this has really helped us to consolidate that.
Yeah.
And, we've got a fair bit of money in the bank now. So
yeah, well, I've got to say, when I walked in here, it was pretty much the first thing I saw, and I was like, I can imagine there's some fun times being had there.
What happens now is that after any games, if the sun, again, weather permitting, the sun shining and so on, the players just tend to come in out the showers and spill out here, and the music's on, and they have a ball.
Have a great time. Okay, shall we wander into the clubhouse and we can you can show me a little bit of what goes on in here as well. So shall we go, let's go straight over to the main event, shall we, to kick ourselves. So I'll show the people the photo first, and then I'll ask you to talk about it, John. There we go. That is an absolutely fabulous photo. Now, what's going on here?
Yeah, so that was 2012. It was the RBS Bowl final at Murrayfield, and as you can see, probably half the town went over to Murrayfield to watch the boys. We beat them bar in a close game. And the bizarre thing was that we have a thing called the John Muir Way, which is a walk that bizarrely goes from Helensburgh to Dunbar.
Okay.
And we ended up playing Dunbar in the final, and we've became reasonably good friends with them. We were supposed to be going down to them for a pre-season, but it didn't happen this year. But this was the 2012 final. That was the team that won the final. However, since then, to be honest, a lot of the older guys in that team decided to retire at that point. That was a swan song and so on. And we've struggled really since 2012 for numbers. But we're getting there. It's just a matter of working hard and trying to get the transition from our youth teams into the seniors, which is always a difficult one.
Yeah, and what kind of tactics are you trying with that?
Well, just, do you know what, it's tough because we come from a reasonably well-to-do area. The schools are reasonably good. They're actually very good, to be honest. So a lot of our guys do tend to go off to university throughout the UK. We explored the possibility of having a walk-in frontal lobotomy clinic. after the walk-in COVID clinics, we thought that'd be a good time if we've got any young guys who look as if they're going to sort of graduate with more than 3 levels, we can get them to
knock the sense out of them.
Yes, exactly. So, but obviously we haven't gone down that route. So we're getting there now. It's all about numbers. So we're again just about to launch a big initiative. And we just did that this morning with the Calcutta Cup and the schools, a big schools development initiative, including girls rugby, we are investing about 12 grand in that in the first year.
Wow. Okay.
So, which is a big one for us, but it's needed. It's needed. We need to make sure that we hopefully have got a conveyor belt of minis to juniors, from juniors to seniors. So
Yeah.
if we can get, we're aiming to get 4 to 6 under 18s coming through into the seniors every year.
Yeah.
That's always been a problem here, but if you don't try,
Yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
going to happen.
What can you
So
do?
it needs to be made to happen.
Okay. Is there anything else around the club that you'd like to show off?
You know, we've done the club up. As I said, the thing that we invested about 26, 27 grand in doing this area up. We've got the couches, the tables. We've repainted. Previously, it was a bit dim and a bit, almost dangerous for newbies to come in, and it's a bit like Werewolf for London. People would kind of open the door and go, I'm not coming in here. But now we do lunches, we do meals, etc.
Yeah, this is a beautiful space. It's really lovely.
It is. I mean, again, with the old, one or two of the old members have criticised it, for being a bit like Weatherspoonish, if you know what I mean. But we love it, and the members love it. They come in here, no problems. Families, older people, single girls, women, etc. They can come in here, no problems, and feel safe, and feel welcome, and get some drinks and get some eats and enjoy themselves.
Fabulous. Before we finish this off, is there anything else you want to add or say?
Well, no, I think the only thing I'd like to say, Tim, is I wish you personally all the best on your journeys here. I think it's a fantastic thing you're doing for George's Foundation for MND and so on. I'm just glad that we were able to contribute something. We'll have a look at what we can do financially to the donations, and all the best for the rest of the journey.
Fabulous, John. Thank you so much for your welcome here. I've really enjoyed it.
Thanks,
and I'll finish this one off and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so that was Helensburgh RFC, end of day 3 of the Great Rugger Run 2022. We have got a long one tomorrow. 28 miles into the east side of Glasgow. It's going to be hard work, especially after these 3 tough days so far. But the Great Rugger Run always continues. And don't forget, it's all, as John just said there, for the My Name's Dolly Foundation. Trying to get a world free of MND. So if you can donate, please go ahead. If you can't, if you haven't got the money, I understand. Just share the content. Just point other people in this direction of what's happening here and try and support if you can in that way. Thank you so much, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.